iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Warriors 2, team yasekapa by Costal 1. So the Warriors win the DStv Compact Cup. Sayivala sahlamba izandla ngayo sozophinde sibuye kuyo. We focus on big things now. Next week it's a Nedbank Cup weekend. Tso Vilakazi, former forward Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, and of course Belgium nakuba Bafana. So your impression on the game? At least the tempo was a little bit better today.
Yeah, nguleko ngibulise wena ngibulise Justice
Easy
ngibulise uDrake Selimathunze uDukuduku nani emakhaya lapho siqine support njalo la DStv zobe nje benjalo ngichike futhi. Yeah, nguleko that was better tempo. You know, when you see something good you are sure no, this is good. The positioning internationally ngicela mfethu ngivumele mfethu ngikhulume into esenhlizweni yami. Ngivumele mfethu
uyamthanda uGamildien.
No, you know Kulego, this guy he can be old, he's showing maturity, he's doing the right things at the right time. Look at positioning yakhe lapha ilonduzana abaselwandle baluze ibhola first half. He made a run in the good position, he got a ball, good finishing. Again, second half, good run, good positioning, get a ball, finishing. Look, you know, that was better in terms of, you know, we saw the goals, good movement, good passes. Overall, it was not a real and entertaining one per se, but, you know, seeing a goal, that's what we're looking for. But yeah.
Yeah, in terms of individual performances, I mean, these are the kind of opportunities where you sell yourself as a player. I don't really think that Dolly needs to sell himself really, because he's an established player. He plays for a big team that he wants to be there. But the point is that for some other players, it was an opportunity for them to sell themselves. Dolly, Lorch, what was your impression on their performances, and even on the other side as well about Dupreez, Evidence Mahopa? What was your impression?
This boy, that's why I have time. I mean, I thought we win the Purity Valley.
Oh yes.
Because I see everyone is quiet about this boy. This boy has been creating chances. This boy is scoring. Look at today. You know, he's forcing his way in the game. You know, he's making those runs, trying to make combination play with his teammates, and you know, unfortunately, there was no good combination between him and Mahopa. Mahopa,
but ubunigile feedback. Ungambethi kakhulu. Last week you gave him feedback.
No, ngisalontuzana umfana kithi he still has to learn. You know, you need to understand your teammate when he's got a ball. Amanye ama-runs awathathayo. Kunama-runs awathathile I2 that I thought ukuthi if you are smart enough, those were goal chances.
Maybe the question from me to you should be, what separates, or how do we see the difference between someone who still needs to learn and someone who doesn't have it in him? Kushukuthi ungayifunda, ungayenza, or you're just not good enough, weak, and this is who you are. Ungumdo weak, awukwazi move off the ball, awukwazi score, awukwazi create a space for yourself. When will we know whether or not he can still improve?
You know, yazi Nkululeko kunalento leyo ukuthi if a player lenda ayikho kuye, you'll see when he's playing ukuthi le ayikho kuye. The coaching, you could see play coach coaching, but it's because of he's got his own mentality. That's why the coaching part doesn't work, because of akafuna kuyenza yena. Why I'm saying this, look at Dupreez, he came here now compared to the Dupreez lower last season. There's a huge difference. Ama-runs wakhe, combination play. Uyambona ukuthi manje there's a coaching ibalancisa in lesa speed sakhe lesiyana bekuyinto yakhe. Whereby you can't change him in terms of that speed, but you can coach him in terms of when do you have to use your speed. You know, you can't use your speed every time. Sometimes you just need to hold the ball and play. Then you wait for the right moment, then you make that run. Use your speed to get money. So that's what these boys do. I'm a first touch working, that's so good. You know, protecting the ball, forcing his way in terms of turning. There was an incident where jealous to kick him. And I was like, oh, tells you good, they coach him, good boy. They defend the same. He's not in front of you. So you can turn, you can force your way. That is coaching, and you practice achievement. So Mahopa, you know, you look at him, you're like, I think he needs coaching because ama-runs wakhe awakhe yena personally. Not ukuthi there's a coaching part lapha, because if there was a coaching, there was a 2 incident where Dupreez has the ball. Umakhuba irani yakhe, he went far wide instead of being, 3 steps away from Uchele. And he was going to get that pass and finish easy. The other one, second half, Dupreez has got the ball. Instead of him coming and make a run behind him and confuse the defender. No, he continued, stays wide. So, it tells you...
That's why I'm asking whether or not it's a coaching problem or he's not good enough.
He needs a coach. He needs coaching, because you could see Uguti, if you allow him to play, he's not going to grow in football.
All right, let's wrap it up then. Game of 2 halves typically, really.
Yes.
Costal team wins the first half. Second half, Gamildien comes through, equalizes first in the first half, and then a winning goal in the second half. What will these players have learnt from this competition? When ufunde ndone even ngabo about the idea of combining good players, it's like fantasy football, combining good players and see whether or not they will be able to dominate our opponents. What did we learn from this tournament?
Ngifunde ukuthi as coaches, you can combine players from other teams in a week or in 2 weeks to have a very strong team. Look at the Coast, what they did. They had a very good team.
Absolutely.
Just that they were unlucky not to win. But that team is solid. The defense, I'm sorry that Ron Johannes was not there today, but the defense was solid last week. The midfield solid. Up front, things were happening. So doesn't need 6 months or a year to do that. I mean, look at Steve Barker with his technical team. Well done, coach. Even though he didn't win, but well done. We could see, I've learned Uguti, when you apply your coaching to your players, and the players, they respond, and that's what you see. And another thing that I've learned is from other coaches is it was difficult from other coaches to really combine players, and then they take what to coach them, because look at Dinaledi on paper,
good team,
very good team, can't touch that team. But when you look at them in terms of playing, what's wrong? Is it you players, or is it coaching, or what's happening? So it says a good team. Sometimes when you've got all the good players, you can't win. Sometimes you can have good players and win. It goes back to say, maybe my instructions, maybe about Tola from the coaching technical team, they were different. Maybe they said to them, just go and play. But yeah.
Anything you noticed with Lorch, not Dolly, before I let you go?
I was disappointed. We're talking about, these are senior players. As a senior player, you must always raise your hand. You're a senior player. They were playing with other boys from it is a challenge. So what are we teaching these boys? Sometimes you can kick a laser up on the ground. It doesn't work like that. For me, no, maybe kick a laser. It was like so look at Uchele showed leadership as a senior player. Look, you need to apply yourself to the game. That's why also came. So I was disappointed with the two. Ukune, I can't say much. He always says, I'm here. I can still do better. I can still take you guys to another level. Right. So this is what you want to see from Lorch Nabotoli.
All right, there you go. Warriors 2, Costal 1, DStv Compact Cup. Saivala, Sabuya Friday, Mamelodi Sundowns in the Nedbank Cup, and of course Orlando Pirates on Sunday. So on Friday, 6 p.m, Mamelodi Sundowns Nedbank Cup, Richards Bay, and then Sunday, Orlando Pirates. We're coming back next week. Thank you very much for being with us. It is iDiskiTV, Diski Times, World Sports Betting.